Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmett, and the madness is just, it's hard to ignore, but we're going to listen to, this is a decoding of Jacky O's father, not saying a eulogy, but giving some kind of speech.
Coming out, showing your support and love. My daughter, Jacqueline Marie Smith. Before I say this, I don't know nothing about the Bible.
Okay. Then he proceeds to talk about the Bible. He proceeds to quote about the Bible. But you know what the message in that is that I just realized now? He's representing a black person. And he's saying that you do not know a goddamn thing about the Bible, which is true. Because you don't know that it has an occult meaning, a metaphysical meaning, and it's covered up in lies. So it really has no meaning. It has no meaning. But you can, if you researched, you know that it's based on Egyptian deities, Egyptian hierarchies, and Egyptian temples and Egyptian words, and the structure of the pharaohs. The hat that the Pope wears is, Egyptian based. Well, it's basically copying what the Egyptians did, the ancient Egyptians did, the pharaohs, the dynasty period, as they call it. And there are names of the principles and deities and science of the universe embedded in the Bible. However, it's only mentioned once, and that many chapters are taken out of the Bible, but the whole thing is rewritten to be something that it's not, period. That's it. So he's saying that black people don't know a damn thing about the Bible, and that's certainly true. Now let's continue.
But in Romans chapter 13, this is for the peace officers.
You can quote the Bible because you've heard it so much.
Peace officer myself. It says that every soul shall be subject to the higher power.
Now, point number 2, immediately he's talking about police. Police officers, aka Roman soldiers. And what did Roman soldiers do? First of all, Rome never fell. This place is Rome. The Pope is basically the number one pharaoh for this earth. He's a top-notch pharaoh. But all of those Catholic priests are also pharaohs. And they are doing rituals based on Egyptian alchemy. Now, point number 3, the police are Roman soldiers. What did Roman soldiers do? They are the police, just like today. Roman soldiers went around upholding the Pope's governmental order. They murdered people. They murdered people, that anyone that was doing their own belief system. Anybody that was doing their own belief system, they would call them witches, warlocks, pagans. Anybody doing natural sciences, believing in herbs and whatever, they massacred those people. They genocided those people so that they could cover up the natural order of the universe that the indigenous people knew, and put a concrete block over that knowledge, and superimpose a fake religion that everybody now follows under the guise of this gay fucking Jesus character. And why do I call him a gay fucking Jesus character? Is because he's based on somebody that was gay. He's based on Serapis. And his image, like the face of Jesus, is based on some king's son that was gay. Let's continue listening. There's something else I have to say about the police, but let's try to get this guy talking more.
That's what the Bible says. I think. I would suggest every police officer in the world put Romans chapter 13 on there. It says that we are not a terror to good works, but to evil. To leave that right there. I'd like to share
So basically, he just said, literally he said nothing, but what he was trying to do is say that policemen are good. That's what he's trying to say. What is your reality? Are policemen good? I don't think so. You know so, that it's not true. And I'm not going to get into, obviously we don't need to say why or how or anything like that. Just with a goddamn traffic stop, their job is to get money out of people, and their job as the modern day Roman soldier is to kill the Christ person. See, it's the opposite. The people that control the world always do the opposite of what is true in the universe. So, okay, the Roman soldiers were against Jesus because Jesus was against their own religious system, which is a political system, which America is under a religious political system, even though it claims to be, free of religion, that you can have freedom of religion. That's bullshit. The Roman soldiers are the ones that crucified Christ. But they did go after anybody that didn't believe in a religion. Okay, let me put it like that. Anybody that didn't follow the Pope. But in reality, in the truth of the occult, the Roman soldier is the police, the Freemason, the government-sanctioned assassin who goes after the Christ people. That is the truth. I'm not going to explain that. That's pretty obvious. The only part that black people don't get is that they are the motherfucking Christ. Which means you just have a crystal, which is light. It's like a hardened form of light. It reflects light. So it's symbolic of your pineal gland. A crystal is like a rock. It's like light turned into a rock. That's what a crystal is. It's a rock that is like a light. because the crystal always shines and reflects light. So anyway, that is symbolic of your pineal gland. Christ crystals, light, your soul, the seed of the soul. All right, let's see what else he's going to say, because I'm done decoding. Actually, I'm not done, but I don't think I want to listen to
moment
all of his bullshit.
in the X and Bat family. A few years ago, my daughter, Brooke, and they would always do this throughout the years, wondering, who is Daddy's favorite baby? Who's the favorite? And my daughter, Brooke, would tell Jacqueline, oh, I'm Daddy's favorite. Oh, I'm
Let me
the
speed
favorite.
this up a little bit.
You know, and Jacqueline said,
Let
no,
me
no,
speed
no,
it
no.
up.
I'm the favorite. I'm the favorite. Just ask him. All of my baby bats are the favorite. Yes, Jacqueline was my first favorite because she was my first baby. But as all the babies came into the bat family, once you become a bat with an X, you're my favorite. I like to say,
All right, let's stop right here. If you haven't listened to his speech, he referred to his daughters as BATS. Sounds confusing, right? It ain't. Because the bat represents melanin. First, all bats are made of melanin. They're black, they're dark, they're brown. Bats don't actually see with their eyes. They're using a sonar. They're using sonar powers. They're emitting a frequency. And when something's in the way, their frequency bounces off of that thing. So basically they're emitting sound waves, which is a frequency because everything's a frequency. Something flies in its way, the sound waves bounce back and it knows, hey, there's something right in front of me, and it will fly faster or swoop or whatever, swerve and catch whatever it needs to do, right? So he's calling his children bats. He's trying to talk about melanin, but all of this, his whole speech is a farce, a joke, a mockery. He's intentionally talking about Mickey Mouse during a funeral. He's intentionally talking about Bugs Bunny during a funeral. Now, because black people are very forgiving and accepting, and they want to see goodness, they don't want to disparage or disrespect the idea of a funeral. People are just going to go along with this. They're going to just say, well, I don't know what he was saying, but I'm sure he feels very bad on the inside. No. This guy is an agent. This guy is with, the program of the so-called Illuminati, which is just the damn government. And he is straight up mocking and laughing and joking and making a fool out of black people, because he can come up here and say he can say doo-wop, shoobadop, bop bamboo. And black people would co-sign on it and give him forgiveness. And just say, oh, he's really going through it. I don't know why he said those things, but I know on the inside he's grieving. No, he's laughing at your ass. He's laughing at your ass. He's going by a script. And the elite are laughing at your asses. Because in code, they are talking about black people and melanin and the divinity of melanin in a hodgepodge, roundabout way, just as a joke. Just as a joke. Now, let's listen to one more minute of what he's saying, even though I don't want to. It'll break up my talking.
That humans have 3 brains?
He's talking about the pineal gland.
You have a brain in your head?
That's the pineal gland.
You have a brain in your heart?
That's true.
You have a brain in your stomach?
That's true. Your gut feeling, your Anubis energy.
Sounds strange, but it's...
The Anubis energy also is rooted in the root chakra. And when the feeling is expressed in your stomach, that's why you're supposed to listen to your gut instincts. Because it would tell you something ain't right, but we are so physically dead, mentally dead, emotionally dead, socially dead, spiritually dead, that we don't listen to what's in our gut. And I have a story about that. I was with somebody. I was literally laying on the bed with somebody. And translate what that means. And the person told me who they were. And I got the worst feeling in my stomach that I ever have had in my entire life. But I was so dead and in a coma, I ignored it. I didn't know what it meant, even though my stomach did a somersault. My stomach did a belly flop into a pool. That's how deep of a dive. That's how twisted my stomach or gut was telling me in the moment that person told me who they were. And they said it in a kind of sarcastic, self-loathing, persnickety kind of way, like a he. And you know what they told me? I'm just gonna tell you. I know this is very personal. They told me they are a JEW. But first they lied. First they tried to say I'm Indian. They said, I'm Indian. And then they said, well, no, I'm a blank. And I was so dumb. I was so young and dumb and naive and ignorant and just an automaton robot under the spell of white people, under the spell of we are the world, we are the children, under the spell of multiculturalism, which I was taught, and I was raised in that. I was raised in a multicultural society, actually. In a multicultural, community. Mixed people, all kinds of people.